Hey, do you miss tags? Well, too bad, because I sure do. Do you sleep with your closet doors opened or closed? Closet doors I couldn't care less about. It's my main doorway that I have to keep shut for some reason, but even worse is I have this irrational fear of like breathing out too much and suffocating in my own carbon dioxide in the room, so I always have to have like a window open. I know that makes no sense. But also, this is me you're talking about. I make no sense, so... Do you take the shampoos and conditioner bottles from hotels? In fact, I usually do the opposite because I'm such a forgetful person. I'll leave my own shampoo and conditioner that I purchased. Just leave it there at the hotel. Freaking conditioner counts for like 20% of all of my expenses. Do you sleep with your sheets tucked in or out? In order for me to be physically able to sleep with my sheets tucked in, I would have to cut my feet off. Do you cut out coupons but then never use them? Translating this question to modern times, which is, of course, do you download the store's app onto your phone but then never actually make an account? All of the time. I'm pretty sure I have like Whole Foods, Target, H&M, Target. What is your biggest pet peeve? To be just somebody that was like raised in such a homeschool sphere, it's probably gonna be like Facebook science or Facebook medical advice. You know what I'm referring to. Essential oils are great, but they don't cure cancer, Karen. Do you always smile for pictures? Yes, and not like a weak... No, you gotta go full out like, ha! I love having my picture taken, and when someone does take a picture of me, it's usually because there's a reason that I want to celebrate, so I want to convey my feelings inside on my face. And that's the best way to do it. I also started doing peace signs ironically, and now it's... not. Have you ever peed in the woods? I was homeschooled in the South. My entire teenagehood was in the woods. What about pooped in the woods? I was homeschooled in the South. My entire teenagehood was in the woods. What is the size of your bed? It's a queen, which is entirely too much bed for just this guy, but apparently it used to be my great aunt and uncle's, and now it's mine, and I don't want to think about what they've done on it. Oh gosh. What is your least favorite movie? This might get me kicked out of Los Angeles, but I'm gonna say not because of the actual movie, but just because of my experience when watching it, because we decided to, like, my aunt had heard about this new Academy Award winning movie, and it was my grandmother's birthday, so the three of us went to go see The Shape of Water. Which is not a movie you want to watch with your grandmother. Not opening scene? Yeah. What do you dip a chicken nugget in? Ketchup is the only acceptable answer. I take that back. And barbecue sauce, because there is nowhere that barbecue sauce does not belong, and I will die on that hill. What movie could you watch over and over and still love? Probably Crazy Rich Asians, because we do. It's literally an inside joke with my family that every time that we all get together, we watch Crazy Rich Asians. We're going on like 8 times now. Were you ever a Boy Scout? My best friend Andrew was an Eagle Scout, right? And the only way that I can relate to his experiences was because I, for like a year, was a Royal Ranger, which was kind of the same thing, except really not put on by my church. It was like Awana meets Boy Scouts. And the only thing I remember from it was a Pinewood Derby race. And granted, I didn't get first place, or second, or third. But I got a thank you for trying trophy, so... Yes, I am very grateful that I did get participation trophies for not just that, but multiple other events or activities that I attempted in my childhood, because they remind me of the wonderful times that I had playing those events. I wasn't the best at, say, soccer when my parents signed me up for it, but I don't care. I had a fun time there, and every time I look at those trophies, I remember that... Granted, not really the fun time playing soccer, but the fun time after, like, a game, when we'd all go out for ice cream. That's what I remember. So when I see people complaining about like, oh, these kids with their participation trophies, I'm like, that. I'm grateful for mine. That's not a diss against me, a younger person. That's a plus. That's a whole other issue I could get into, but not going to now. Next question. When was the last time you wrote a letter to someone on paper? Because the day that I signed up for a social media platform, that life was gone. Can you change the oil on a car? Do I look like the kind of person that could change oil in a car? It's a very valuable life skill to have. I should learn when I in fact do get a car. Best thing to eat for breakfast? So back when I lived in NC, I would swear by honey bunches of oats. But now that I've moved on and grown as a person, my loyalties have shifted to blueberry flavored Cheerios. What's your usual bedtime routine? Yes, as soon as 10 p.m. hits, it's time for the great transition between the big internet to the smaller internet. Are you lazy? I'll get to that one later. When you were a kid, what did you dress up as for Halloween? You wanna know something adorable? Peter from Chronicles of Narnia. Because I had a big crush on Susan. I know, coincidence. Probably. I don't have a name fetish, do I? How many languages can you speak? Uno. Wait. Stupid. Are you stubborn? No, and you can fight me. Are you afraid of heights? So for reasons I don't understand, whenever I'm up, like overlooking some great height, I don't get scared for my own physical safety. I just get scared that I'll drop something off the edge and then lose that thing forever. Apparently, I value physical objects more than my own mortality. This is especially my fear when I'm like on a dock or a pier overlooking the ocean. Like, I have to double check my pockets to make sure nothing is gonna fall out. Which is weird because as far back as I can remember, I didn't have some traumatic childhood favorite toy falling into the ocean or falling off a cliff or something. I don't know where this fear came from, but to this day, I don't know, man. Fears are weird. Do you sing in the car? You better believe it. Do you sing in the shower? Surprisingly, no. But that's because I always watch YouTube in the shower. I have a problem. Occupation you wanted to be when you were a kid? It transitioned from being an actor to being a cameraman to being a DP, I guess, to being a photographer, and now here we are, kind of all four at once? Do you believe in ghosts? Nope. Ever have a deja vu feeling? All the time. My life is deja vu. It's probably because I live in the past so much, which is very unhealthy. Take a vitamin daily? Wear slippers? Wear a bathrobe? Surprisingly, I actually just started because my grandfather kind of passed down his one to me, and it is changing my life. I've never felt more like bougie and fancy and high class. I feel like I need to be carrying like a delicate glass of champagne to sip on occasionally. Tastes like economic inequality between the social classes. What do you wear to bed? Speaking of stealing my recently deceased grandfather's stuff, I inherited a lot of his pajama pants because they happen to be my size. So your boy is stacked on pajama pants and just like those plain white t-shirts that you get at Target, like a 5-pack. And yes, occasionally a bathrobe. First concert? The first concert I can ever remember going to was a Stephen Curtis Chapman one in 2008. And I remember it so well because immediately after the concert, I saw those like light up lightsabers and wanted one desperately, even though my parents said no, we're leaving, and I threw a huge fit. Still remember that to this day. Sorry, Mom and Dad. Can you curl your tongue? Those I can do. If you're referring to like the people that can woo their tongues, nope, not that skilled. Do you regularly burn incest? Whoa, incense. No, in fact, I actually stopped burning scented candles in my room when filming because the smell got just too overwhelming. That is an unscented candle right there. It's a lie. I'm living a lie. Tea or coffee? I haven't figured out like my coffee to cream to sugar ratio yet. So when I'm at home, I just make tea and drink it straight. When I'm out and about, give me a mocha. Or a pumpkin spice latte. Can you hold your breath without holding your nose? Is that a thing? Is that like something people struggle with? Ever won a contest? I think I've lost every single contest I've ever entered, so I just kind of stopped. That's really sad. That's so sad. Do you want to get married? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. The whole like domestic life, really does appeal to me. I really want to live like, wake up early in the morning and mow the lawn in my dad shoes and wearing a dad hat and make really bad dad jokes. Basically, I want to be my father, who is the epitome of every dad stereotype. Love you, Dad. Who was your high school crush? I was homeschooled. So, although there was this girl at my synagogue that, I'm not gonna say her name, but everybody who knows me in real life who watches this video and knew me at the time will know exactly who I'm talking about because your boy could not shut up about her. I get crushes so easily. Do you have kids? Not that I'm aware of. Do you want kids? So here's the thing. I do really want to be a dad, but I'm so just like scared of conflict and that's a really bad trait to have as a parent. You know, you do need to be able to discipline your children when they do something wrong. And I just don't know if I have it in myself to discipline my children. So that's my struggle. It's like I really want to be a parent, but I also cannot be a good one at this, at least at this point in time. So maybe one day in the future, but definitely not right now. Although, future kids, if you are watching this, this is really embarrassing and awkward. Hi! How you doing? Bud? Kiddo, old sport? If I ever unironically call my kid old sport, then you know I will have in fact made it as a dad. And finally, do you miss anyone right now? Dude, I'm such a freaking extrovert that I'm constantly missing all of my friends all of the time. And I unfortunately seem to have this skill of only making friends with people that live at a minimum half an hour away to an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours away from where I live. Slash, you know, across the country. So yes, in fact, if you have met me in real life, then chances are I miss you. Oh yeah, it's 2013 again with all of the tag videos, which I'm living for. If you want to do this, feel free, then I guess I tag you. And this is the second tag I've done in a little while. So like, do you enjoy this? Do you miss tags too? Do you want to see more of this stuff? Please tell me if this is a good idea or really stupid and I should let this die in a fire along with the other trends from that period of time. Stay positive.